Right, am I online? Let's just check real quick. Or am I online on YouTube? That is truly the real question. Okay, I am online on YouTube. Good. Right, so let's just stop. You're available. Right. I should be good now with everything set up. I am going to mute, and there we go. I can now switch to you. Right, and I should. Oh, I do already have chat on. Yeah, I just need to move it up. There we go. Why is that skewed? There we go. All of my stream settings have been truly horrendous lately. So if I just move you there. Right. I am now good to go. We are going to be building on this. This is a ginormous mountain range that I quite a long time ago kind of extruded from the ground. Yeah. Then what the fuck is this? This might be a tree that got extruded. Yeah, it is. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing a little bit of texturing. We're probably going to be finishing this top thing, which I'm not sure I'm keeping in this state. I will be completely honest. I don't think I like how it looks. It looks far too big. And yeah, so we're pretty much just going to be doing some small time shit. And after that, well, let's see where the night takes us. So obviously we're going to be starting off with masking the surface with a little bit of grass. We're going to be targeting that. So let's just get to it, I guess. Right, so because once we've done grass all the way around, we can go in and change it up, do it more, make it more pretty afterwards. This stream is also what I'm going to be using as the basis for a few shorts and just general short form content to kind of farm people from outside of the Twitch website and ecosystem, because I do know that Twitch is notoriously horrible for getting viewers. That's not what I want. I wanted to get like a few. So mask surface is not what we want. What we want is you and a Y. No, not a Y. We want a block below to be stone. And we want it to yeah, surface. Is that what we want? I really doubt it is. Yeah, it's not. That's so far from what we want. Like, I want stone to be visible. Then is this? Nope. Block. Oh, that's because I did it wrong. There we go. Oh. Right, so we'll deal with the patches afterwards. However, because that's a fault of me doing this incorrectly. However, I think it adds a little bit of character. But it still does these, which I don't want. So what I want is for there to be a 1, 2 stone. So let's say we have like a wall. I want it to do kind of like that, so that we get the natural kind of Minecraft progression that we all know and love. However, I know I've done it before, I just can't remember how. So, especially on such a large scale. Right, so let's see. We want it to be... Well, honestly, let's just do that up the radius. And in this one move, I've ruined entire ecosystems. Yeah. Went out a little bit, it'll survive, it'll survive. And if I just increase you and go down here, everything should be stone. Yeah. Well, about, well, it's, yeah, there, it did. Yeah. It made everything stone. Everything it could target anyway, so. And I don't know why, but my mouse keeps glitching out and not tracking. So that's also a little bit annoying. Let's set it to 250. Yeah, 250 is good. Right, so let's see. What can we do? Because I know we need there to be an and condition. Then let's just turn this way down. Actually, no, let's deselect. So we want the block below our target position to be stone. We want the above block to be air. Would that work? Because then we can go in again and do the same. Yeah, right, we can do all of this again. So this is good. Right now we just need to cover the entire thing. Right, so It's actually ridiculous how much this boggled my mind for a second, considering how easy it was. Right, so let's do the final pass of that. Now we want the block above to be U and the block to be stone. And now we choose dirt. Exactly. You see the vision? Also, my computer is fucking screaming. I swear to God. Right, so that should be in the entire outside of the range. The entire inside of the range should be done right about now. Right. Alright, so already this looks much better. And I think this... Oh, this was my return. Yeah, that's not good. That's actually really not good. As in, at all. Well, honestly, I can fix that really quickly. So if I just... Yeah, there we go. Also, right now you're getting very exclusive footage of some of my older builds. Yeah, don't know what I was thinking. The sign update where you're able to update them, I love it. However, it did fuck up every single sign I had. I think this was the force open. Yeah. Then we had the force closed. So it, because this then goes down into where this powers U, which goes up, over, and locks. So that... I think this was actually kind of difficult to do, because they... Oh, I know. Because, if I'm not mistaken... Yeah, so the way that this door works is it gets a signal from down here, which travels up, sends a signal into here, which can't retract, or which can't happen, because this is already powered. So that's how the force lock works. Actually quite... simple yet effective. Right, so we need to go down, and it's powered by Skulk, so that when you come running, then it's... Well, if you come walking, it's open for you. If you come running, then it's not really. Then we obviously have the spheres, where I have different builds. So this is the giant Chinese style castle pagoda thing. I think I built this on stream, like fully. yeah, I did build this fully on stream. This was actually kind of fun to build. I did quite like this one. I especially love this this stairway. Right, so let's go back. This is where we are, where we want to go right now. However, since I mentioned it, I just really quickly want to show it. Right, so this is what I was talking about with the giant Chinese style castle empire sort of thing, because it is a giant thing that I never finished. That is a quite big problem with me. I do start a lot of projects and then never really finishing them. But the reason I chose a cherry tree to symbolize it as well, obviously it's a giant cherry biome. This pagoda is probably my favorite part of it all, and then here you can see the scope of it all. So it's really only 4 things I built. The giant wall around it, it kind of is the easiest part of it all, if I'm being honest. So it doesn't really count. Also, why is my mouse bugging out as much as it is? I kind of hate it. Right, so the exact thing I went there to get, I kind of forgot. Right, so what I need is to go way down. Where are the orbs? They go too far. Wait, what? Where the fuck are the orbs? There they are. Let's go to... Yeah, no, that one's kind of boring. Not that, not that. Other orb. Let's go back to this one. And this is why I don't play with 99 on. I play with 250 max. So what I'm getting is you and you. That way I can always return to this hub. Right, let's go plant it in the village so I don't accidentally... No, let's plant it over here. That way it won't accidentally get destroyed again. There we go. And then we can always go over there to get out. Right, so now we have a giant biome. Let's add some snow onto the peaks and on the outside. I don't want it to trail up, meaning we need a block below. So we need to target air. The below block should be grass. And so if we pick snow layer, no, can't I pick a random? Yeah, the properties below. Oh, that's actually kind of annoying. I'm able to, if I go into, no, not gradient. Let's actually do a noise tool. I love my noise tool. It is by far the best. My favorite tool. Where did it go though? That's gradient. Where did noise go? Noise painter. There we go. Snow layer. Random. No, honestly, let's be a little more. So 1 snow layer again, put you to 2, snow layer again, and then put you to 3. That's the max I want to go with this. Right, and then let's... that's too clean for me. Yeah, that's better. Right, so let's just check if this works. Right, it does. Good. Now I can... And then obviously we'll go in and disrupt it all afterwards. But down here we need it to be 100%. Just to kind of achieve that effect. And then we want there to be some places where it kind of crawls up the mountain. Kind of like here would be a good place for it to crawl. So let's just make it kind of smaller. Actually a little bit smaller than that. Then kind of just making it a little bit wilder. Then kind of here I want it to crawl all the way up. Then down here we have a good trap. That's a good trap for it to be in. So there. Then now we need to basically do the exact opposite. So you, and we're going to be deleting. Let's just paint. Let's make it a little bit bigger. It makes sense for it to be there. But you are way too clean. I don't want there to be any easy to follow lines here. I want it to, I do want it to be kind of jagged, because this is kind of like nature-y. I say as I'm currently deleting snow because it doesn't look the way I want it to. But sure, let's call it nature-y. Okay. That's a little too round, so we'll go back in. do the same, and so block below is you, block mask is you, and then just a little bit of rounding out. Honestly, let's choose you. Make you a little bit smaller, not quite that small. Yeah, like you. There we go. Right, so now that we have a mountain range that actually has snow on it, as well as grass, I do think we should be able to start work on some of the, well, let's do on grass, noise painter, moss, grass, and green terracotta. Yeah, green terracotta. Let's push you the way down, push you way up, keep you somewhere in the middle, and then let's turn down the scale. No, it was scale is allowed. It was the octaves I didn't want. And then the scale, yeah, that works. Now I need to, let's remove you. Do way more moss. And turn the scale all the way up. Alright, so that's all moss. And that's kind of all. That's just a natural. Right. Fair enough. Right, so also let's just time set noon. No. Time set noon. There we go. Scale could be a little bit down, like 44. Honestly, what the fuck am I doing? Blue, yellow. There we go. This way I can actually see what I'm doing, instead of painting green on green and hoping to be able to somehow spot the difference. Right. So, in the yellow, I want there to be a mix of light blue and cyan. Which we are going to turn way down. Honestly, I think we should go with another approach. I don't think that looks good. And mind you, I'm not looking I am not looking at the at the color and blend itself. I'm looking at the shapes, because, for example, the shape we have right there, that is very noticeable even when it's just grass, but once you then introduce something around it that is not grass, that's when things get weird. Let's just do completely scatter, or complete scatter. Maybe not complete scatter, but for the most part scatter. And then scale. There we go. That should be good. Because then it's a lot easier to just... Because then it feels a lot more natural instead of it happening in blobs. That just so, whereas here, you won't really notice it. Which is what I'm going to do with or you and you with, well, let's just, you with grass. And then you with moss. And I kind of wish I took a photo or like a screenshot before I did all this, because I now kind of want to show you the difference, because we do have different biomes here. Wait, don't we have a biome painter? Biome. Biome painter, there we go. Fill vertically. Absolutely. Badlands, let's say, what are we in over here? Snow plains. And what are you, taiga? This is all snow plains. Oh, this is... Oh, is it because this counts as dripstone caves? Oh. Meaning we need to paint this above ground section into dripstone caves. Wow. Okay, that's kind of funny. Right, so sphere, let's just... Wait. Honestly, the biome painter is so nice. I love it. It allows me to do some fun things. Like just completely override all logic just to have my grass be greener. Right. And I know this doesn't make sense for a snow mountain to be this like luscious green. However, it's my world and I do as I please. We'll survive. Right, so now that we have this going on, I know that there's a bush painter. Painter. Tiled clipboard. Stamped clipboard. Presets, no. Is it script painter? Default. Leafy bushes. Whereas, right. I wish I was able to drag it. Which we are also going to change you to dark oak leaves instead. Just because to me they look way more full. I just love them more. Let's just really quickly. There's also a vines, which just covers everything in vines. Flowers. You are not able to tell that I just watched Koreans. I don't like that it's a... How do I put this? I don't like that it is a... See, this I like. I like being able to drag it. Now, unfortunately for them, or for Axiom, I already have a flower preset that I like. I made it myself. Right. So let's use that instead. Because, and the reason I like my preset is because it also gives, let's see, flora, there we go. Because it also gives a lot of breathing room, but a lot of light, and that's what I like about it. Because if I just go above, and then just start painting. And then you'll see all these different... I'm stupid. Yeah, so while we wait for this to load so that I can undo it, I am just really quickly going to say... So above you, no. So what we're masking is air. The below block should be either moss or grass. Are you eating the ground again? Right. And then we also need to add a surface. Yeah, surface maybe. No, again, we're only targeting air blocks, meaning we need a... Now, typically the way I would combat this is by adding in a height restriction, because I did this in Superflat last time. However, I'm not able to do it here. Meaning... What I should be able to do is... because I don't want it to eat into the ground, obviously. Am I able to, yeah, mask surface there? Wait, 3D mode, what's that? Oh. Right, so this way it doesn't discriminate. Is that it? Like it just... Yeah, that's what I'm gathering here. Right, so let's also just turn up the short grass and the ferns a bit. I said a bit, not a lot. Leaf litter down. You down. And you down, way down. Right, how the fuck should I do this? How am I supposed to go about it? Because above block, maybe. Above block A. No. Because the block it's targeting is supposed to be... Oh, I know what I did wrong. I know what I fucked up. So it's supposed to be and you and you. That's how it's supposed to be. Right. I was starting to get confused, but that's just because I had my order of priorities all wrong. Right, so let's just place this in all around. And then let's say ///time set midnight. Once this is all done loading in. Now I know you saw it because I had to go so close, but it does glow /effect clear. But the reason is because of the glow lichen and the firefly bushes, which also, if I had my performance, quality, advanced, where is it actually? I don't think I have it on. Well, particles, there we go. There we go. Then you'll be able to see that there's also atmosphere and stuff around. And that this looks actually wild. Like, this looks like untamed grasslands. And that's what I love about this preset. Because there's a few flowers and some small patches of grass. There's a few bushes and tufts, and it just feels like you're walking through actual nature. Obviously, nature doesn't glow like this. However, that is just because I like when things glow. So, right. I'm trying something new today. I've put the stream just to make sure that stuff doesn't go wrong. I've put it up on my TV, so I'm seeing a 5 second, no, almost a minute late transmission of what I just did. Right, so what are we going to be doing? Because I feel like they need a water source, and I don't think I want to do a pond for this one. I think I want to do something a little more insane. Because if I create a tower on the far back, let's see, where am I able to cut it off? Like here, let's go up a bit. I want it to end like there. Let's just see where you end up. This might be doable. Because if I can then create a water tower that draws water from down here, from this lake, and then having it run in an aquifer all the way across, then I could simultaneously have it be a something for obviously the common good of this people, to be because you know you need water and stuff. However, it would also create a very distinct segregation between the lower levels, where this pretty much this entire thing is going to be cut off. So they would have like one higher level here that's accessible from this very long ramp, whereas the richer family has practically all of this that goes a lot higher, and it's a lot shorter, a lot more nice ramps. And so I think that's what I'm going to do. So let's start off by designing the aquifer. Let's say 3 blocks long, 1 in each side, and then we just... This is going to be a big build, and I do need to find a way to segment it, because no way I am doing this all in one. I am going to be doing a tileable design. Right, so this is insane. But now you can also more clearly see what I mean. Like, if we then find a way to have a gate, I think I want to be right around here. Maybe like right here, if we have one leg here and the other leg here, then we could have a gate. So, because obviously the legs are going to be here. If we then have, I don't know, walls or something, then that would create that very distinct segregation. And the reason is I am not for like class-based segregation. However, it does make for some very good fantasy settings. I have to apologize, but it really just does. Right, so let's say we do a few different colors. So the ends are white. Then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then that's the 10. That's the 10 mark. And then we just, I don't know, stack it. No, because then it's because we're missing a 0. Wait, no, we're not. Because Oh, we are. And it's because I can't count. Right, so 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's exactly what we're looking for. And then right there, and beautiful. So if we can shorten this by 2, which we can easily do because we can just have it run into the wall, and then that is not going to be seen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. But we can see what the start and the end is. Right, so if we can just design a pillar that I think I want a 3x3 tileable, because what I'm going to be doing here is I'm going to be explaining this with different types of wood, because I can't be bothered to do something else, right? So, but we are going to be going somewhere where I cannot mess up the foliage. Right, so what I'll be doing is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Right, so there we go. So this will be the foot. Then we go up, I think, till about here. And then we have the 3x3 tileable design that I was talking about. So let's say we had this one, and then we had it again. Not saying that it's rotated, however this way you can kind of see, okay, so we're stacking it. Wait, now we need to cap it off because this one's on the shorter end of the design, so we are just going to be capping it off here. Wait, no, what am I doing? I capped it off wrong. Right. And then we have this. Very simple, very elegant. Maybe not this current design that I've done, but you kind of see the idea, right? Have a foot, have middle parts that can be repeated, and then have a top. Because then you can kind of adjust for it having to reach all the way down here, and it having to reach only down to this level. And that's kind of what I want to account for, because if we just make one either obscenely small one or one obscenely long one, then we'll have to cut it. And if we cut it, then it will just look awkward. Believe me, I've done it many, many times, and it looks awkward every time. So there's no reason to do it. Oh, my designs went all the way down here as well. Why the fuck are they here? Wait, is there... is some of my... yeah, some of my foliage is down here in the caves. Oh, that's fucking hilarious. But this looks fucking cozy. Like, it really does. Oh, this used to be a lush cave. All the water pools, all the glowberries. Something used to be here. Yeah. I'm not good for the environment in Minecraft. I tend to destroy a lot in order to build. Right, so yeah. Also, a fun fact, the only reason I went live on YouTube today is because I forgot to set up the stream key for Twitch. So it just took YouTube as the automatic one, because I have set it up so that I can go live on both. However, I only set up the stream key for YouTube, so it just kind of maybe didn't take it didn't take. Also, I found out it's R. Don't know if I said that in the video, but yeah, it's that's the only reason. However, this way I don't have to manually upload the VOD to YouTube. Also, what am I doing? Let's see. We had a little through cave here. Oh, that could be fun. 2 seconds. Let's just you out with you. Air block. Painter. Active block. No, let's say stone. Then let's say snow. Mostly, let's just do an ore. You, stone 2. There we go. Moss. Oh. There we go. Now we have a little through hole where we can then plan afterwards. See, this doesn't have to be pretty now. However, what I am going to do is very quickly do, say, or no, mostly just you, moss. Now, where the fuck did we go? There we go. No, wrong little hidey hole. There you go. There we go. Right. So, aquifer. No, it's not an aquifer. What's it called? An aqueduct. That's what it's called. An aqueduct. So, we're going to be doing the legs for the aqueduct. After we've done the legs, we'll do the main body, which will also be tileable. Obviously, the legs are going to be pasted on every red. No. I think every yellow. Which one would... Every yellow would definitely work best with the story we're trying to tell over here. Wouldn't it? Let's just check. I mean, honestly, let's just copy from this yellow to this yellow. I mean, we can definitely make it work with this one. What if we had to go red, yellow, red, yellow, red, yellow? So we go like yellow, then to this red. So we go 5 steps further. Then from this one all the way over to this one. Then from this one all the way over to this one. I think that's what I'm going to do. So if we just very quickly take out this one, then 1 over to you, right? And then say stack it. If I, yeah, let's just take a glass pane, because why not? Probably should be the other way around though. So how many times are we going to be doing this? 13. Oh, well, 14. So now you can kind of see what I'm going for with this. So on every one of these blocks, we're going to have a pillar. We can do a little bit of excavation out here just to make it fit. And then one over here as well. I think I like this distancing. Yeah, I do. I do. Right, so let's just say a block. And just carve out a little bit. Wait, no, honestly, let's not do it like this. Elevation. Raise, lower. Y limit. Like 9. And let's also do you down. What if we say flatten to you, like down to this point? Then noise painter. Don't I also have one for grass? I don't? Oh, that's weird. Right, so let's just moss. Grass. Then you. Mask surface. Honestly, let's just make you a little bit smaller. There we go. Snow. Surface. Stone. There we go. Stack. Right, so now we have a bunch of floating stuff. Also, let's just see, now the replace one is good because I can just run all over, swinging my mouse. So no floating blocks. Yeah, let's just there we go. 1, 2, 3. Right, and now all I need to do is kind of blend this in, which honestly doesn't take all that long once you're used to it. Just create a somewhat smooth curve, and then once you're somewhere over here, just kind of ruin that for yourself. Yeah, that looks good enough. And then if we just copy this down, honestly, because we can have it just run from the wall directly, so we can have the then we just need to smooth out this curve, which we can just do afterwards, and then have it just come out from the wall, have it run up here. Yeah, that's good. Because it did kind of drop very suddenly, which I'm not a fan of. So let's just and also I am not worried about the fact that there's going to be a lot of moss, because I love moss more than I love grass, and so therefore I don't care that there's a lot of it. That looks better. Doesn't look good, but it looks better. Right. Now we need to decide on the color palette for this. Should we say mangrove? Mangrove sounds weird, sounds funny, but no, mangrove, wood, and I don't know, like so obviously mangrove wood, because I love that. I love this deep red. let's just... Honestly, let's do it up here, because why not? There we go. So that's mangrove. Let's just down you to honestly no, 200. Yeah. I also want to try building with more of this pale oak. I know that there's a creaking heart. I think it's in natural blocks. Or is it in functional blocks? Oh, it's in spawn eggs. That's where it was. And obviously it fits perfectly there. Because if I'm not mistaken, if I set you to midnight, yeah, you do. Did you spawn inside one of these? Where did it spawn? Or did it not spawn because I have entity spawning off? But no matter, this would look cool. Oh god, my frame rate. Right. Noon. Let's also just turn off the particles again. Apply. Right, so we are going to be using that too. We need a stone accent. I'm thinking all trustworthy here. Why? Because I'm a coward, for fuck's sake. And I only know how to use one type of building block. And it's this. And it's this color palette. I don't think we should do sandstone. It wouldn't fit. This we might be able to use as an accent. So if we just really quickly do you. That's a lot cleaner than the other one. Oh, it's also because I forgot you. Right, so this is not going to work. That's not a good color palette. I can already tell that it's going to be shit. However, I believe we might be able to make it work with a little trick called hope and prayer. And if that's not gonna fix it, then we truly are fucked, because these are the only blocks I want to build with right now. And I'm sorry, but I have to reload the game. What is it both? Yeah, it's both. Apparently it's both. I have to reload the game, and if that doesn't fix things, then right, it works now. Oh wait, do you know those things you tell yourself that you need to do before stream one of those things for me was I needed to remember to turn off or to turn on the Minecraft audio, which I forgot, and now my game crashed. So we are reloading, but not because we have a choice. We are reloading because Minecraft said so. Right, so Windows back. I'm not playing on PowerPoint anymore. Let's also turn you off. And now we actually have audio again. Nice, good. I didn't even register that I've been playing in complete silence this entire time. That's actually kind of embarrassing. Right. So we start off with trying the white wood, the white oak. Yeah, the pale oak. And this is a foot design that I've done many times before and that I'm very, very comfortable with. So let's just kind of continue with that, right? That's like you, right? What I'll then do is cut that out. I doubt I'll be using that in favor of that, and then doing this. There we go. So now I can start introducing some white oak. I think I want to keep it fairly light here in the middle. Then maybe with some of this. I do actually kind of like the shelves. Yeah, that could be very, very cool. Or at least look very, very good. Yeah, no, they're not going to be replacing those. I wish you could put them next to each other like this. So you could make a corner with them, because then I would absolutely use them in there. Let's see, what can we do? What can we do? What can we do? Pale. I mean, the creaking heart. If we had you then there, we could add the... And you see, that's always the nice things with not having to worry about spawning stuff. Yeah, like that. And then if we set it to... Whoops, sorry. Midnight. Right, now you want to work. So if we set you to noon, you stop working. We set you to midnight, you start working. Right. Let's set you to noon again. Then let's take a red wool and just move you over. One more. Obviously we're then gonna copy you and then there we go. So this would then kind of be the double. This would be the foot. And if we can just, this would be the head. Good. And then if we set you to midnight, you obviously start glowing. If we effect clear, I do want some more light to get through because they look good, but they do not shine that brightly. Meaning I need more lights. I'm thinking we stay with the very we can't add there. I haven't given myself a lot of space to work with, to be honest. I do like the shape of it though. Wait, if we then create a midsection too, let's just move you up like a lot. Move you up a bit. Then create, oops. It just needs to be a one block midsection. All I need is this. Because if I can get you, nope, there we go. I need them in the corners. There we go. Then here, 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 and because this will only feel like a 1 block midsection, even though it's technically a 3 block one. Right, so if we just move practically all of this up. Whoops. There we go. There we go. Up by 1 block, we can copy this. And paste it in. Now I just need to work on the smoothing. Because obviously this feels very blocky. Wait, if I... Can I make this even simpler and then just... No, that doesn't work. I was correct. That does not work. I don't think I'm able to get more white into the design. But if we then just effect clear again, set midnight. Yep, that definitely does help a bit. Obviously this is gonna look much better in the nighttime when there's a lot of these, and then let's just remove this. There's no point in having it. There we go. We can now move you down again. One, two. Right, so 1 more block. There we go. And then of course this goes directly on top with a midsection, meaning we have a what? 6 block tileable, which is a little bit more than I would have liked. However, I do think we're able to make it work, because if it goes too far, then we are able to split this up at this point. Right, so now we just need to make this. And because I noticed that I had done my usual move of making a 5x5, then we are going to be spreading this out with 2 on either side. That gives us a footprint of 7 wide, which we just need to make a 10 long design for a straight road, which is honestly the easiest shit in the world. Random block out for 10, across for 7, and then we just really quickly do stone. So this is the basin, or this is the thing itself. And so what we're going to be doing, we are going to be very quickly adding a layer like this and a layer like this, because it's not going to be 1 block high, it's going to be about 5 to 7 blocks high. So we're going to be having a little bit of fun with the decorating portion of this. We can actually just like this. If if I need something to run across the entire thing, then I can add that afterwards. Which I know I will definitely need, because honestly that is what makes Minecraft amazing, is the fact that you're able to do so many interesting and unique designs. Right, so here we have a basin, which honestly looks kind of cool already. And if we can just have it flow directly through there. I mean, we surely could. But there's no fun in that. So we're going to be adding waxed oxidized copper grates. Also, where did the middle go on this? This was supposed to be 7 long. Oh, it's because it's 8. Right. Let's just one in. There we go. How tall are you already? 4. You can survive one more. Okay, that's what we're going to be doing. So from you all the way down to you, then we're just going to be and then you. Right. This is not going to light up. I know it's not. Oh, it actually is. Oh, that's good. That's good. Right. Now I need to add in some white as well. So we'll just take these. Because... So this is the end cap. Honestly, if we just run this all the way across. No, that does not look good. If we then run what? I don't think I should be using more. Nope. That. Does this become too much then? Yeah, because we're not supporting it up here. That's kind of the problem. Because we can't. I really need some more different Right. Because if we can make this in 2 or 3 block sections, so that it carries. Well, we're able to make it in 2 block sections. Well, this up here can be added in afterwards. This is the only non-repeatable repeating pattern. Well, it is repeating, but you know what I mean. I want for there to be more white included in this to kind of balance it all out. You know what? I think I am going to be going with the 3 spaced one, because then I can punch out every other block. There we go. On the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I definitely missed something. Oh, it's on this side. Well, that's a good thing that I am deciding that it's not worth it. Good. Now I can focus on just this bit again. Because then the idea is you can walk up here and just see the water run through. And we're also going to be having water here. You know, because we're rich like that. I'm thinking that this would be an amazing place to have like something like that. Because I want for there to be more white in it. I doubt I'll like this. But you know what? Let's try to see it repeating. Yeah, no, I don't. Looks like shit. It's annoying to be thinking of something but it not being possible in the medium you're trying to create it in, because that's where I am right now. We don't have any quartz walls in the same way that we do these, which is kind of annoying. We have sand, but it's too yellow. We don't really have any wall-like thing. We have these, but they require 2 blocks and they are not the same size across as the wall. These are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 2 seconds. But it's also dependent on where you look at it from. Yeah, so these are not the same, because this is 10 across there, 10 across there, and then far too much across there. Meaning I'm essentially using 2 blocks to create the effect that 1 block does up here, which isn't really a good trade-off when you want to do it a lot. This won't be useful in any way. That maybe. What if I just like place? Oops. That's fucking wrecked. like so. Honestly, I don't hate that. I really don't. I doubt. I think we're on the right track. That's what I'm gonna say on that. Because we do need some sort of splitting. We need it to split. I mean, we could have a running of this be the but then we just need to agree that it's going to be facing out all the way. Otherwise that's going to annoy me. Because then I can also incorporate there we go. I honestly think that this is the right way to go with it being as it is up here. Let's just add a temporary block. There we go. And once again, I forget how I am supposed to be doing these temporary things. It's supposed to be like this, for fuck's sake. There we go. Now I'm able to sample in all my glory, in all its glory. Oh, I know what I'm doing wrong in these samples. Only took me like 1,000,000 tries to figure it out. There we go. Let's see if I'm able to oh, I am not. Because that's obviously not how it's supposed to look. Yeah, so what I need. Wait, did it do it correctly the first time? Oh, it's up here, it doesn't do it correctly because... Oh. Honestly... I don't think I mind, because I do like this design, and I do like the little gargoyle style. Don't know if I like them or the antennas sticking out. Let's just look at it. I think it's arguably more creepy that they're sitting down. Let's just... so let's just go back a bit, down a bit. I like the standing one best. Right, so there you go. Now that we have this design, we are able to, first of all, block it off. In both ends. And then we are going to throw some well, I kind of suspected that. Let's just do tinker. Oh, that's going to be annoying. Anyway, right, so here we have the aqueducts. Now it's time to just smear. Wait. So let's just remove all of these, since I won't be needing them anymore. Right, so this is where the waterway will run from one end to the other. We haven't designed a wall yet, but I'm thinking it will be something that is built after the aqueduct. Because, so as we're building this thing, I am kind of imagining what world is building this aqueduct that we have here. And I know you've seen this in the distance. Don't know why I've pasted it in. just live with it. So what I kind of see here is we have an aqueduct that is put somewhat, not at all actually, but you know, relatively close to the middle, meaning that it can service quite a few people. We are also going to have some waterways that are going to spill from these gaps, which I see I have forgotten to put in, so let's honestly just do that now. Stack it. There we go. And let's also just bring down the flying speed a tad. Good. So who would be building this? So we're going to paste it in. We're just going to have an aqueduct in an empty field. Afterwards is where we'll add the walls, also almost kind of makeshift, added in later sort of thing. Right, so let's start off with this, which we're going to be adding to every... I don't think I'll be adding it to that one yet, because I don't know if I've decided if I want to honor that one being one yet. I think we'll bring it down like 2 blocks, 3 blocks, just cause. Good. Yeah, that already looks better. Already. Now we'll have the first pass through with this. Obviously we're going to be removing all wool after we've done this. Oh, I lined it up perfectly first try. Right. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. And now we can kind of see it start to take shape. We can already kind of see it start to take shape. Even though it's not a lot of shape, it is a shape. If you know, if you know what I mean. It's kind of one of these things where the person who is imagining it, in this case me, I am very easily able to see this take shape because I kind of have a vision for what I want it to be, and therefore it just becomes all the more easy for me to imagine once I then see just the tiniest bit of detail added. I think we are going to be not putting this on. I will have to go in and count how much I have to play with in terms of height over here. So if we say that, 2 seconds. I just have to do something because whoops. But no, I seriously do have to do something. So some of you might have remembered that I have previously stated that I I'm taking a financial and an economic education. And because I plan to work within finance and e-commerce later in life. Not in the finance bro way, because honestly that's just cringe. But definitely within finance, because numbers are easy for me. I am able to... I'm sort of able to relax when I see them, and that's just nice. So when I get a notification that one of the stocks I am currently eyeing, then I kind of have to pay attention. Right, so how far? That's quite far, to be honest. Like, that is quite far. That's also because I did it wrong. We needed to go to there. I mean, not that that's a lot better. Oh, it just barely does it. Oh, that's insane. That is actually insane. Right. Right. No. That's not right. We need this one to go with. Right, so it's 2 blocks down from the ground. Yeah, that's acceptable. I can work with that. So let's just very quickly do like you to you. There you go. That I can work with. But yeah, no, I have a few stocks and funds and stuff like that. I'm not the kind of person who checks it every single day. I have for the past 2 or 3 days, because there's been so much going on with the war in the Middle East. All thanks to the world's best president starting wars, even though he has enough problems on his own. But other than, if it wasn't for the fact that there's an active war, an active new war going on, then I wouldn't be checking it. This is long term, as in very long term. We're talking multiple fucking years. I maybe should make a module that's literally just this, so that I save on time. Yeah. But yeah, because of that, I have been checking a lot more recently, and I've been putting a lot more notifications on stuff, because things are moving at very unpredictable rates, meaning I have to keep a lot more up to date than I usually would, and I need to flip it. Now it fits. That's why I love doing it so symmetrically. And I am not allowed to give stock advice, and I'm not going to, because your finance is never going to be something I'm going to discuss in a public forum, because one, that's super unprofessional, and super unbecoming. However, it is also just I cannot accurately judge a situation that is not before me. And what that means is I am not able to help you without me knowing all the facts. And by virtue of me being someone you do not know, I don't know all the facts and I'm not able to accurately comment on the situation. And the reason I'm making that disclaimer is because I've had people ask me before, and I am not gonna do that. Also because I'm not even trained to do that. What I am trained in is a lot of stuff, to be honest, but that is not one of them. That very much is not one of them, and it never is going to be, because for me, stocks and trading and all that kind of stuff, it's for fun. Like, I do this shit for fun because I have the money that should be going towards savings. I am putting in stocks instead because honestly, my portfolio is somewhat good. It's beating several indexes, meaning I'm not losing money. It's not bleeding me dry. I'm not saying I'm making a ton of money either, but it's a little bit of growth is better than nothing. And so that's kind of the approach I have to it. It's just, if it can just deal with itself and make me a little bit of money, then yeah, sure, I'll do it. And I'm actually quite sure that the amount I'm making on it is a lot less. Well, it's not a lot less, but it's, if I were to actually sit down and do this actively, I would be able to make a lot more. But I'm not gonna do that because, one, that's cringe, and two, that kind of defeats the entire purpose of why I do it the way that I do it. I do it with money that I do not care about because I didn't need it to pay my bills. It is extra from my extra, meaning that in order to miss this money, I need to be at a place where I needed money I've never needed before. And that's the only money I will ever use for this sort of thing. Because if I start using money that is necessary and the money that I need to pay my bills, or something like a pension, which is a very common horror story, then it will have gone too far, and it's no longer about being smart and making smart financial choices to secure my future. It's about gambling, and it's never going to divulge into that. Simply because I say so. I don't care for gambling. Gambling in itself is an addiction. Many studies to prove that it is not. It's not anything less than that, but it's also not anything more than that. And being someone who treats stocks as if it was just a slot machine, that obviously in itself is also gambling. And I just have some very strong opinions on it due to stories from when I grew up. Let's see if we can line these two up. How deep into the ground does this go? And we can uncover that. like so. And it doesn't seem to be moving. So I think I'll just reinstate the notification and get on in my life, because honestly it is one of those stocks that really have to be bought at a certain point and a certain time and at a certain price, and obviously every stock needs that, because you can't just go out there and buy Google stock for, I don't know, $1,000 and then expect it to continue rising. You may be able to in like 10, 15, 20 years, but you probably shouldn't do that now. You'll only end up getting disappointed, I can promise you. But if you buy a Google stock for like, say, $10, I don't know how much a Google stock goes for, and I do know that it's not called Google in the different stock apps, but I don't know the rate they go for because I don't own them. But basically my point is, this one is kind of, I'm not willing to buy it unless it's under very specific circumstances, hence why I have as many alarms on it as I do. Right, so let's finish this aqueduct so that I can honestly get something to eat, because it was only after I started streaming that I remembered that I haven't gotten anything to eat. So let's just run this all the way down there. Where's there we go. I mean, if I just don't update the wall or the water, do we think that I'm able to get away with just placing this here? Oh, abso-fucking-lutely I am. Good. And then we just run it in. It's like there. And then from you to you, and just all the way across into like there. Let's just lower you a lot. Fly up. Have you there. Just like that. Up you to 250 again. And now I just need to remove all the red wool from down there. And we have a working aqueduct. Well, working and working. We need to add some more to it because red wool, paint. However, I really want to check this out when I turn off the lights. Meaning we are going to stand I think we're going to place ourselves down here in the very far end. Just look up at this glorious creation. Honestly, let's do it like this. And then clear. Oh yeah, let's do it like this. Video shaders. Apply. Oh. There we go. Let's take a look. Yeah, that's gorgeous. That is gorgeous. I thought you were a sheep. I will be completely honest, I thought that was a sheep. Let's just fly over and take a look up here. Honestly, this entire valley looks so good. Oh, it's the same shader pack I used for the pictures of the of that. But do you see what I mean? Here it kind of looks like a bridge. So it kind of just looks like a bridge. It looks like something normal, and you're kind of looking at it at eye level. But over here, it looks grand. It looks massive. It looks like a barrier. And then obviously you can come up here, and you can just see it splitting the terrain. I forgot to add a foot. Wait, we are just going to be adding that real quick. I also forgot to add a foot there. I forgot to add a midsection there. 2 seconds. What the fuck is going on? Whoops. I'm well aware that this place would be teeming with what the fuck are they called? The creepy pale oak creeps. I don't think that's what they're called officially. We're also going to be digging in a little bit for this one. We're also going to be doing that for that one over there. But if I can just really quickly get to getting you out. Right, and then the last one is this, which almost goes too far into the ground. But it's also not really possible for me to just add this. So what I'm going to do here is something completely different. I'm going to take this and this. Also, I don't know why I didn't just do it like this, because I needed to go in here to get this out anyway. So let's just clear a space real quick. Let's take you down like so, like so, like so, like so, like so. This is sturdy, and I needed to convey sturdy. I don't like that. It's far too... Right, so this should help smooth it out a bit. And then if we go like so with it. Right. I mean, I like that more than I like the other thing. We can't go changing too much of the original design because this is after all what we are here for. However, what I can do is add more white, which I'm going to do because I can just do this. Or I can make it face out. No, I'm making it face in instead. And that is going to be it for that one. So even though it's not as uniform and as pretty as the others, it is kind of okay. Whoops. How do you redo? That's... how do you redo? I mean, right, so it still has all that. It still has all that. I guess I could sacrifice like 2 minutes, or rather 2 seconds of my time to do that again. Right. we now have a bridge, an aqueduct, one that carries water. However, we cannot see it carry water because it's completely enclosed. So, what I propose we do is we make a second level down here. No, not a second level like that, because honestly we don't have we haven't prepared for it in the build. It wouldn't look natural, it wouldn't look good. But even though we can't add a direct second level of the bridge, doesn't mean we can't add more to it, because these are very skinny. I do recognize that. I do recognize that this doesn't look like it would hold up anything. So, if we copy from, this is the first shroom light, and this is the second shroom light. And if we copy that out, and we then connect them in some way, shape, or form, we should be able to do something rather interesting. I kind of want to do this with purely deep slate, and maybe like a tiny, and I mean an absolutely tiny bit of what's that called? Pale oak. That's what it's called. There we go. Wait, don't tell me we have a 2-block gap. No! Motherfucker. Fuck you. Oh god. Oh no. Clear. I don't know why I said that. I've never said that before. Why did I say that? Anyway, something like this. Just something small, something pretty. And then we can add you in, meaning we can still do all this. Hey, I figured it out. A way to be a bitch. Right. Now is when I take you out of hiding and place you like Honestly, there should be fine. And there should be fine. Right? Yeah, as long as I do this correctly, it should be fine. So let's go over here. Okay. Shroomlight to Shroomlight. And then we skip one and go down to the next. Right? So this one instead. I just can't count. Yeah, exactly. There we go, 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 and there we go. Have I been messing up any of the other ones? Surprisingly not. Now obviously this doesn't really have a lot to it. It's not really that bright compared to this. This is obviously very, very bright. I am maybe going to introduce some interest into it. However, I don't know. I don't know. Let's see what we are working with here. Let's lower you. Oh, I know what might be the problem here. It's not like one of the normal Shroomlights. Hey, let's check it out first before we bash it. Honestly, I like it. I'll keep it. I don't give a shit. It's my fucking world. I can do what I want. So once again, let's very quickly just clear all that. Fly all. Let's just also clear this. And then fly all the way over here to our dear little polar bear friend, who's not going to be here for long. Now, shaders, apply. Honestly, it doesn't look all that different, but if we make it noon, we can see the difference. And we can see it in the stability. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and also run it into the mountain. On this side, it's not necessary. So I'm not gonna. But on this side it definitely is. So let's take from you all the way down to you. Wait, sorry. You. Maybe this might be enough. Let's just take a piece of stone and let's take it on the far side just to be safe. One more. There we go, and then all the way over there. Oh, absolutely. So this is embedded. It's embedded enough, at least. And so what we're going to do is we can. So you're already on the far side, meaning I just need to confirm it, essentially. So like so. And now that's done. Now that's connected. Right, so this is what we got done today. I am going to have to run if I want any dinner. But this is what we got done today. We textured the entire ground, which honestly didn't take all too long. And then we made this aqueduct, which I'm honestly very happy with. It looks good. It looks very good. I can't wait for this to be completely forgotten and just be a backdrop for whatever it is we're going to be building here, because this is going to be an only stream thing. I'm only going to be working on this on stream because I started this with you, sort of. I already had the mountain range made, but until next time I will have to think of what else to add, and then I'll also take a few pictures of this, and will in 2 weeks update you or post this online, because unfortunately, I think it was yesterday evening, I posted a picture of this house, which I'm honestly very proud of. Don't get me wrong, this is a good house. However, if I knew that it meant I wouldn't be able to post what I just did today, I wouldn't have done it. I want to play around with display entities, which is why I have carpets and food. Over here, I haven't done anything with display entities, nor have I over here. Well, except for the carpet. This is old-fashioned. This is, if I am able to show you, this is armor stand. Over here we have a little cabinet. This one's not running anything because I just needed it to be on to look good. Another carpet. This one is also a display entity because you're not able to put this type of dripstone on there. So I have that as a display entity for a little leg for a coffee table. Then of course we have a bedroom, which actually has no display entities. This is completely vanilla. Which, if you can't tell, I love the new shelves. They look amazing in decoration. A shower with a display entity because that's wood underneath here. Like this block is wood, and I didn't want there to be wood down the drain. The shower head, a toilet with a lid, a banner. This is just a slab. Yeah, it's just a slab. And then candles as toilet paper. What else do we have? The only reason these are lit but not giving any particles, it's because I turned those particles off. So a giant bedspread, some pillows, a TV, oops, a computer which is made of a lightning rod, and some blackstone and stone pressure plates, and a mouse made of a decorated pot. Oh well, it's a clay-fired pot, it's not decorated yet. A I don't know what I stepped on. No. A record player, a few records, and then a lot of different vinyls, because I think it looks like my vinyls that are standing next to each other. A few paintings, a book open, a few things here and there. But yeah, a pond, which is actually, honestly, it's quite nicely decorated. I just kind of spammed a bunch of shit. But yeah, this is also where I made the flora design. Well, it's not really me who's making the design, it's just me who's kind of deciding that, hey, leaf litter and all this, it kind of does go well together, obviously, because it's a tileable pattern block where you yourself decide how much you want of each. Because, like, if I am just, because you can also make them face different ways, like, and then you can add more, and you can kind of do that with all of them. And so because, like, as you can see, it then follows a regular pattern. Alright, so it's because then you can see it kind of does follow a regular pattern. But what I did in here was, oops, noise painter. That's the ice one. Flora. What I did was flower mount. These should be random. They should be random? Yeah, they are random here. I think they just... yeah, random. 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 Okay. So I go to calcite and then to flora 2. Alright, so I do have to reinstate that every time I do it, otherwise it... Wait, did it do that in there? Is that why? Because I did think it was bothering my eyes a little bit. Yeah! They're all full. That's why they are so harsh. Oh my god. We're going to be fixing that really quickly before we get off stream, because otherwise I will actually be pissed. Okay, we need you, 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 and you. And we're going to be doing this with all of it. Gone. That's the good thing about presets. You can kind of just do whatever. Any. Right. don't worry, it's not your internet that's bad, it's my computer that doesn't want to play Minecraft like it's supposed to, and like it's done for the last god knows how many years. Which is honestly why it's so bad, because I've had it for so many years. Right, so that did absolutely nothing, right? Like, we all agree that did nothing. Yeah, it's all meaning this should be any. Wait, if I say slash game random tick speed 1. Am I then able to get rid of it? Alright, I am not able to do anything right now. I don't know why. Oh, I know. I know why. Alright, after we're doing this, I am cutting the stream short because honestly this is not enjoyable for neither you or me. So doing it offline or off camera would be much more or much better for both of us. Also because I think my computer is about to crash in like 5 seconds. So I'm just really preparing to say goodbye. Because if it's not me, then it's my computer saying it. So, you know. Always gotta be prepared. And we can paste in the flora next time. I think we figured out how to do it. Right, you're deleting. It's working. Right, so we have a few more. Right. So the last few, those are gone, those are gone, those are gone. Can we turn around? It is just as laggy for you as it is for me. I actually think it's more laggy for you than it is for me. So let's just get rid of that. And now get out. And finally say goodbye. So I will be fixing. I can't fix the computer until next stream. I can't. I'm not a millionaire. However, what I can do is I can ignore it and then we have fun building anyway. I don't know when the next stream is gonna be. However, I know it's gonna be soon. So, with that being said, see you guys later.